All right, welcome to the 12th module in the .NET 11 in this series, and this is the C# basics part of it. In the last module, we talked about creating classes and how the work what classes is, the need for them in C#, and how it relates to C# being an object-oriented programming language. In this module, we'll talk about how we actually apply these things that we've created. So right here, we still have the code from the last module. So what I'll actually go ahead to do is create a new project for this, and I'll call it initializing objects. So what I'll actually do is I'll create a vehicle class over here. I'll move it into its own file. We already know how we do that. So just a moment. Okay, I think I'll move this a little bit much later once everything settles down. So how do we now use this class? We have this vehicle class that we can easily use. So what I'll go ahead and do is remove this boilerplate code first. And then what I'll need to do is, it's very simple. I will just need to say vehicle. So this is the type we are using. This is the vehicle type we're declaring. And I'll give it a name, just like we name int number, int my value, and all that. So I can say my vehicle is equal to a new instance of vehicle. So what does this mean? Now, vehicle stands as an architecture or a model or a structure of what a vehicle should be. And this is creating an instance of that object. For example, let's say when you want to build a house, you have the architectural diagram drawn, you have where the room should be, where the kitchen should be, and all that. Now, if you need to create it, you'll have to model that based off of the architecture. So every declaration we have here is actually the representation of what each of the components will look like. Then what we are doing here in essence is that we are taking what that architecture, what that structure should be, and we are creating an instance of it. It's just like giving birth to human beings. When a new human being is given birth to, the person has all the properties of the new human being, just like the previous human being. So you are creating a new human being. So the human being has a name. For example, when I was born, I was given a name, Dara. So Dara is an instance of human being of the Oladapo family. Right. So that is what I have there, and I can go ahead and give myself properties, give this vehicle properties. So I'll say my vehicle dot. So I can now access the properties of that vehicle. So I could say this is a Toyota. I can say my vehicle dot model. I think I love the Toyota CHR. And then my vehicle dot year. That will be an integer. That's 2020. And then my vehicle dot number of tires is, of course, it's 4. So I can assign these properties now and start using them as I will. So I can go ahead now and say console dot write line my vehicle dot make. So it should print out Toyota for me. I can actually go out and print out all the values. Let me actually go ahead and do that. So let me do this. So Toyota, my vehicle dot model. I need to give some spaces in here. Let me just copy some stuff here and paste some of it over here. My vehicle dot year as so let me say as X tires, right? So I'll do this. Yeah. So if I go ahead and run this, that's 12. it would output to me the value of my car. So you can see my Toyota CHR 2020, it's got 4 tires, just like I told it to. And that is how simple it actually works. And of course, I could have complex objects, I could have all sort of complicated matters. Now, let me explain some of the things that you could do with classes, because it's pretty awesome how we can work with them. We can have what we call constructors for our classes. So what's a constructor? A constructor is simply that portion of your code that allows you to start some things up at the process of initialization of that object. For example, I could have just hang on. So this is what a constructor looks like. It bears the same name as the class, but it's denoted by this public keyword, and it is an essence a method. It's a method that is automatically run when you initialize that object. So we can say upon initialization, we should just do a console.write line starting up. So if I was to run this code will run first before the rest of them. So let me actually go ahead and run that. You can see starting up ran. Starting up was executed first before the others. So this, anything you have here, if you need to initialize a value, you need to set some values to different variables, you can use them in the constructor. Yeah, so that is one thing you can also do with classes upon initialization. And also, you can also declare, initialize some values without having to go through this long process of saying this dot this equals that and this dot this equals that. So you could go ahead and have another model, another initialization like this, say vehicle, call that my other vehicle. Is equal to new vehicle, and I can start giving my properties value from here on. So I could say make is Tesla, and the model is Tesla Model S, and the year of manufacture, let's say 2019. And the number of tires, of course, it should be 4. Now, note the difference between here. So this is ending with a semicolon, but if I go ahead and initialize the value inside, at the point of initializing the object, I separate them by a comma, not semicolons. So I could actually go ahead and just run this the same way. So I'll say, let me just copy and paste this one over here, so I don't waste time. Right. So this is another way I would run it. So I would, if you first print out my Toyota vehicle before it prints out the Tesla vehicle. Boom. So you see, the instance for Toyota is right here, and the one for Tesla is right here. So you can see what that looks like. So you are able to do this also with at the point of initializing objects in C#. And I hope this has been able to help you. As we go further, we will actually be looking into how we can modify this to become more robust and more applicable for real life scenarios in programming. And I hope you join me in the next module. See ya.